Bhíodh Hayley Duff a live at cròladh ag session foscail júnar a bhaid óg, agus thuirí meach go mbeadh luath gur tàlant aice ar a hon.
So I moved to Scotland when I was 8 years old, and there was a small ice rink in the town we moved to, and my dad said to me, "Do you want to try the sport that I did when I was a kid?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Went along to a try curling session for those that were under 21, and I just loved it. I knew that I was enjoying it, and I went to do a few competitions with a local team from where I was from, and that's when I felt like I started getting my competitive streak. But it wasn't until maybe mid-teens where I thought, you know what, this is what I want to do, and I want to get as good as I possibly can at this.
Bha Hayley forstneach gur a fíor jo eisian barrachd san coir sòisealtan the sports. A haidian bheach a fuchtaí gus a bhí go massa gúd a híbhí.
Especially being a girl and getting into sport, you don't see as many role models on TV all the time, and I remember since I was young, Eve was always at the top of curling. She was always top of the sport. So when I started, I was always looking up to her, and there was this time I was curling in Perth, and I ended up on a sheet beside her, and this is about mid-teens, and I'm on a sheet beside her, and I remember watching her play a shot, and I was just stood watching her play her shot that I missed playing mine because I was just so starstruck being beside her. And that was really special. And then also going to see her when she won her bronze medal, I went to go see that and have a hold of that as well. That just really inspired me to keep going and to prove that you can actually do well as a woman in sport.
Glúis cúisin go mbeadh luath a Hayley, an úne garid fai cluinnidh san an ún skipper is an eile aiche. Agus faichdainn as an Geamannan Oilimpeach.
Yeah, so I got a phone call to kind of say, "You've been selected into the team," which we hoped after we'd won the OQE that it would still be the same team, but you never know. So we got that phone call, and I was so excited. And I drove to my family home, about 40 minutes away from where I live, and I just drove straight there and just like went to see mum and dad, gave them a massive hug. It was like just emotional, even though I kind of hoped it was going to happen, but I was like definitely not getting my hopes up until it happened, so just getting a bit emotional and when I saw them. But I think I almost didn't have time to think about it because, as you say, everything had gone so quickly for me that I was just kind of rolling with everything that happened. It was like, I think if I'd thought about it too much in that moment, it would have been really overwhelming, but I just kind of had to get on with it, keep going. Prior to travel and during travel, I remember just firing questions at Eve, just left, right and centre, like, what do I need to bring? What do I need to do here? What's going to happen when we get, like, so many things, because she had so much experience, and I think that really helped the whole team. We were calmer when we got there, we knew what to expect. Obviously things were different than a normal Olympics, but we knew more about what to expect, more about the food hall environment, just little things like that that you don't really think of that we discussed as a team beforehand, so we kind of knew how it was going to be when we got there, and I think that definitely made it easier and made us be able to relax and enjoy the environment more.
Jaachricht na hachar in an Beijing bethe Hayley go brach. Chluichen skippe eiche seachcan cròladh fíor bheith agus bhuanaithe de chéadbán ár ag skippe GB an cròladh ar san 5 bliana.
So I would say we started off, we weren't playing badly at all, but we all knew we could definitely be better, and we had been better than what we were producing. And we were just trying to build on every game, discuss what can we do slightly better, just each game just get slightly better. But we knew we definitely could. By the time we got to the final, I think that was the best game we'd played the entire season, let alone just that one event. And we were just having so much fun. And in our fifth end break, where we get to chat to the coaches, our head coach and our team coach, Vicky came up and Vicky said, "I'm having so much fun. I don't want this game to end." And then you would just be like, when would someone ever say that in a final? Because you should have so much pressure and adrenaline. You're just trying to make it through and hopefully get the result you want. But she was just like, "I don't want this to end. I just want to keep going." And I think that really kind of summed up our whole ethos as a team and how well we were at communicating and supporting each other, that no one felt nervous at that point. We were all just so excited and wanted to be there, and that probably is why we played the best game of our entire season at that point. Yeah, so as soon as we shook hands and we knew we'd won, went and gave each other hugs, gave the coaches hugs and got photos, and we were all so happy, but it didn't actually sink in then, because for me especially, I was still in complete game mode, so I was just you celebrate but you don't feel like anything's happened. And I remember going around to to do media, and I was speaking to BBC and Steve, and he was asking me about the game, and I was, because I'm in that game mode, I was just telling him exactly about the game, concentrated, and at the end he said to me, you don't look like you've just won Olympic gold. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, I just don't know what's happening. Yeah, I was just so still in game mode that I think it was just a bit of a shock about what had actually happened. So it took a bit of time before I actually realised what we'd done.
Char Hayley Joshua na bhícinn sarafachas an Beijing a céalacha go leis an haid. Ach ha thula mena se cóirde ria.
Yeah, so we came back, we stayed in London for a day, did loads of media there, flew up to Scotland to come home. I think we had one day off and then we were back into doing more media. Like, everything's been super exciting. It's not been something that we've not wanted to do. It's been really, really crazy. And then we expected to have a couple months off curling during the summer, but ended up you're talking about curling every day to someone different. So it's not been much time off, but it's been an amazing journey. I remember when we came home, we were sitting around the dinner table and my dad was like, you probably get an MBE now because of that. And I was like, nah, don't be silly. Like, I've seen other athletes get it, but you just don't imagine it. And I was out shopping with my mum and we got back into the car and I was like, I've got this email. And I had read through it and I was just started crying. And mum was like, what is going on? I was like, God, I'm getting an MBE. So that's something really, really special as well.
Ha tóir achrachin áine Hayley an Théisan seo, le skippe úr agus taracachin úr I dhéanú.
Since the Olympics, Eve, Vicky and Millie have all retired and Jen has decided to go to play mixed doubles with Bruce, so I am the only one left in women's curling. So I had some chats with British Curling and we've built a new team, slightly younger team, and we've not been together very long, we've just kind of started training, but we're now out competing on the circuit around the world, so that's really exciting, and we've got 4 years now to build another team. The target is 2026 and for me hopefully to retain gold, but before then there's loads of small targets. We've got European Championships and World Championships every year, so we'll be aiming for them over the next 4 years as well before we get to the Olympics.
Ha Hayley tangle ya hahad is who got a toshachugs in sports. I is ha has the cortery if you cluinnidh college go am.
Yeah, definitely. It's really weird as well because he hadn't curled since he was late teens, so he was about 18, 19 when he'd stopped. And when I went back and curled, and he said, if you keep it up for one whole year, I'll start again. So, and obviously I did, and he started again, and we played together. We also got bronze at the Scottish mixed doubles together before, so it's really nice as well that even though he's put me on this journey, I've taken him on a journey too, and I think he's senior Scottish silver medalist just now, so we've got each other to thank, I think.